Regraining a Delorean is very similar to painting a fine art picture. Okay? You want your Delorean to look like a piece of art. You want to use the hands-on technique is the best. You can feel all the grains of the sandpaper. You can feel all the grains of the stainless steel, and you can get it looking smooth and silky like it's supposed to.
With it still somewhat wet, we take 80 grit sandpaper, and we're just kind of doing a basic, nice even stroke across the whole panel. Then using sandpaper that we were supposed to use for a circular saw, we do a little bit more graining, which is a finer grain. This also helps form our hand around the more, harder to reach corners that we wouldn't get with a straight sandpaper. Just nice even strokes. Get the grain in there real nice.
Yeah, I don't think so. Anyway, here I am. You guys requested a video, and I'll try to put something together now. Let's show you what I'm going to use. Okay, so look at the internet. People have said using 80 grit or 120 grit. I decided to go for the 120 grit. So it's a wet sandpaper by any local hardware store. Usually it's written on the back, P120. P80 obviously is more coarse. People say sandpaper. Usually sandpaper is for wood. Wet and dry is for metal. So, and make sure it's aluminium oxide. You don't want to put any foreign metal metallic objects into the stainless. Obviously it's going to rust. So that's what I bought. Fold up, obviously, to fit your sanding block. I've got a hard one here, a cork one. Probably good for really flat surfaces. I've got a spongy one, so which is what I use. I do also use some of the sanding with my bare hands because of the contour of the stainless. But let's get into it. So fold that up. On the rear quarter panel, I've done the other side. Now I'm going to attempt to do this side. Looking at that video before, the guy going for it with a sander, obviously you don't really need to put much pressure in, as I've discovered. The sanding of the motion and also the coarseness of the sandpaper really does the job by itself. All you're doing is just applying slight pressure on it and going in one motion. I did practice a little bit. Trying to get straight lines is quite difficult. I might have to do the roof again. Looking at it this morning, it's a bit, not wonky, it's sort of a bit curved. So, and you know what, you can just go over and over till you're happy with it. If you do go offline, which you could see, just redo it, no big deal. And on some videos I've noticed people do use a lubricant. I just bought some stainless steel cleaner. I'll just wipe it down and just keep going. So I don't know what's right, I don't know what's wrong. No one's done this, as I'm aware of, in Australia. Some people have in the States and obviously in the UK. I don't have a wolf wheel, so this is the next best thing. Alright, let's give it a shot. So this panel's not too bad. There's some blemishes, some scratches, so I'll start from one end to the other. As you can see, I've taped it all using fancy blue masking tape. The only reason I use this, I've seen a lot of videos of people using blue tape. As I've discovered, it's a low tack, so that's probably why. You don't want to leave it on too long, it might leave glue. So here we go, let's give it a shot. Straight as possible if you can. Don't rush the process, just take your time. It's not a race. Give it a quick clean. Ready. As you can see, obviously it's been sanded. It's hard to tell on video, but with the eye you can actually see a slight difference. It does look like fresh stainless. I will probably do this a little bit more and work my way down. If you find the grain too rough, obviously use the blending pad and just soften it up a bit, which I have done on the other side. What I might do is try and do, oh, that's right, someone did request around the wheel arch. With the wheel arch, you can still use the soft pad, but what happens is you apply pressure probably at certain points of the curvature, which might end up cutting more than what you want to do. So I'll use freehand. I might use this used bit of paper. So what we'll do is we'll have a look at the curvature, especially around here. We've got a line through there. So what we'll do is just gently, as long as you can. And just don't rush it. Take your time. A bit wonky there. Get two hands on that. That's it. If you find that you do a wonky line, just keep going over it gradually and you'll pull the line out that you've done. That's not straight. So we'll do a quick spray. Okay, so that's what you do gradually. I don't know, we'll pick it up on the camera, but as you can probably notice, there's more lines going through there. There's a few there as well, so just work my way down. And just with the camera, we can see just to show you. I have no idea where it came from, but obviously someone's rubbed against it at one stage. Let's get my blending pad, sorry, my sponge, and try to work as long a line as possible. still there. It's just right here. It's coming out. A little bit there still. Might use my hands. Where's this one? Just here. Nearly gone. Alrighty, pass with the camera. Let's have a look. And slight hint there. As you see, it's starting to come out. So what I'll do is now is work my way down across here, blend it all the way through, obviously in that direction, and that will finish off that panel. Now we'll just quickly do the door. Let's open the door. As you probably can see, I've taped the door. A bit hard to open it, so luckily I've got the wings aloft. Okay. Alright. Bring the camera around over here where I'm standing. Try to pull that scratch out. See if I can find it. A bit hard to see on the camera. There it is. Just around here. Scratch there and a scratch there. Alright, so let's see if we can try and pull it out. Being a flat surface, could use a block, which I probably will actually. Pressure. Same thing, go in a straight line, take your time, try to keep as straight as possible. The problem with deep scratches, you actually have to go through quite a few times get it out. I notice. Probably trying to avoid standing on one spot continuously. But if you have to, then once you've actually pulled the scratch out, then try and redo the whole panel if you can. That way it'll look beautiful all the way through. Should have some background music, but you know what, I ain't gonna have it. So, scratch is still there. What I want to do is just with my hand. Might use the used one. It's not as rough. Get that out. Okay. And the worst case scenario is, if I can't get it out, you know what, it's going to be less obvious at least. Straighten that line out. Here we go. Apply a bit more pressure. And that scratch. It's a very stubborn one, this one. Still there, but not as prominent. Alright, I'll try on this side. Excuse me. So right-handed, probably use a control. Go back this way. It's not happening. Still there, but it's not as visible. Rougher. Go. Alright, getting close, pulling it out, not quite out, but definitely not as visible. Grab the camera. It is still there, but it's very, very faint. I'm not even sure, pull up on the camera. Oh, there it is, there, oh no. Yeah, it's just there. Very subtle now. So pretty much, yeah, that's the method I've been using. So that's my little short video. Just basically what I've read, and I thought I'll give it a shot. So for you guys who want to attempt it, word of advice: take your time. It's not a rush, unless of course you've got a car show that you need to get to by tomorrow. Well, good luck. Yeah, it's patience. That's the secret to basically trying to regrain it. Just make sure you have all your materials at hand or on hand. The reason why I didn't lift up the louver when I do the C pillar is because I want to try and get in position to do it properly. If I lift it up, the gas strut's going to be in the way, and I did find it a little bit difficult. So I just thought, might as well mask it up and try it that way. Yeah, I've got to do the roof. I don't know if you can tell, the line's not particularly as straight as I want it to be. It was probably the hardest part to do, but yeah. You know what? No two Deloreans are the same. We're going to the grain. End of the day, if you get the lines as straight as possible, that's what counts. So yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the short clip. Thanks. Alrighty. This is what she looks like now. A bit hard to tell. I did avoid the bonnet. yeah, I didn't have enough balls to do it. But I think she came up alright. No complaints.